Hey, what's up? My name is Marco. I'm a former professional opera singer and now turned YouTuber. I love talking about video game music from an emotional perspective after a decade on the stage. Today we're going to be checking out Maris Fathom of Night from Elden Ring Nightreign. You know, I see a broken woman, someone betrayed. I haven't seen this boss. This is like just me. I almost see like a ghostly spirit. I see something absolutely just broken. You know, just the sound. There's a bit of deformity in it. I see like a scythe or, you know, a twirling movement. It's not dissimilar to, I was fighting Dancer of the Boreal Valley way too early yesterday while playing Dark Souls 3 for fun. And it reminds me a bit of that, but much more devastating and scary. And like there's just a quality in that, especially with the piano, where it is in the piano, and also that distorted upper register. I can't actually pick out what instrument that is. It might be fine. I can't. I'll have to re-listen. You just get the sense of floating and the sense of almost like tears. Dissonance. Yeah, to me, this is a, you know, notice that we have the repetitive motion the whole time. What we end up having is this constant feeling of death and dirge. It's a funeral march, isn't it? It sounds like one anyway. Wow. Yada, yada. I have this imagery of this, especially with the way that we use these different instruments. We have some sliding happening, and again, the constant is that rhythmic identity that I pointed out just last time I stopped. One of the things in here that I really get is like almost like lifting a finger and pointing at you and saying, you know, like there's this real like anger, but in a deeply broken place. I really just picture a single person. I don't imagine something very big. I don't imagine any. I just imagine, like, again, this is the power of music. I don't really care if I'm right or wrong. Context matters, of course, but if we're just listening, like, to me, I just see like a white veiled woman, almost like as if like these things come out of her, maybe like the character, maybe like, you know, Udic Gunther or those random you know, zombies in the black, like that's what I'm imagining. You know, comes out, retreats very quickly, like the attacks are fast. You kind of can't really see them. I don't know if I'm right, it doesn't really matter, but it's just so evocative and really painful, and all the little accents feel like they're like bursts of attack, which is really cool. It's so disturbing. The violin is doing such terrific heavy lifting there. And again, it really just feels, there's also this beautiful swelling that occurs. All those things are alluding to just the malaise, the disturbing quality of the track. Phase 2. I really appreciate that this track has a natural buildup, but it doesn't just go from like the peaceful thing to bombast. I think this is definitely the track that I've listened to so far that is the most unified and the most like even keeled, and the one that is most well composed and most well structured. To me, this feels like a river of blood, or like blood coming out of the eyes and engulfing the map with like fountains of blood or rivers of blood. Like there's something about this, or like a like rain. It's really just somber. It is not violent. It is not bombastic. It is not raw. It's very, very emotional and very charged with sadness and laden with this overwhelming sense of needing to release that. It's not mystical. It's very human and very, and I don't know. It's really fascinating. Like I would wonder what this character actually looks like, because the music itself sounds very, very, very just emotional. And it just makes you want to cry. There's tears in it almost, which is just so, I think, extremely evocative. With a little bit of like, something's not quite right here, but we don't necessarily understand why. But it's definitely like, what is happening? You know what I mean? I enjoyed phase 2 there. Like whale sounds. Oh, easily the best track in the game so far. Easily the best track. I think there, to me, like, first of all, again, when I speak on cohesion, that has it in spades. Boom, pop, pop, yada, do, boom, pop, pop, yada, do. We have that constant rhythmic movement, and then we have the strings. We have that same, the pattern just unifies itself. This to me feels like Starfire. It feels like levitation. It feels like lifting up off the ground and just summoning like a hail of asteroids or stars or comets, or there's a sort of metaphysical thing there. I also found that there's ever so slight experimental stuff happening here, which is really cool, especially that whale sound. It almost feels like a cry, a release, like almost like the emotion gets too much to bottle up and it just kind of comes out, but it comes out in this like, sort of explosive, sort of, almost like a black hole type of way. It's very evocative and just incredibly powerful. I really want to, I was going to save this for a different thing, but I really want to see this of all of them. I really want to see what Maris looks like. So let's check it out. Oh shit. It's interesting how, in the end that really has this balance of, obviously it's not humanoid at all, so whatever, but like, the sort of celestial mixed in with the water element there with that whale sound sort of feels appropriate for like a giant freaking jellyfish. That's really cool. I'm very impressed by that. And that was Shirako there fighting with their team. Thanks a ton. I mean, what gorgeous music, really. It's so ethereal. Thanks a ton. There's lots of Nightreign on the channel, more FromSoft on the channel as well. Thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Bye.